DxO has just dropped Photolab 9, and believe me when I say, if you're using an older version of DxO or you're using some other editing software, you're already falling behind. This is not some insignificant, overhyped update. DxO is raising the bar with Photolab 9. DxO is continuing their tradition of being an innovator and leader in the world of raw photo editing software. As photographers around the world continue their mass exodus from Adobe Lightroom because they're tired of the unethical business practices, the monthly subscription fees, the hidden cancellation fees, stealing photos, and so on down the line, I have no doubt you are going to understand what DxO means when they say this is photo editing for the passionate photographer. And while you may not be ready to make the switch, I can promise you one thing: your photography is. We are talking about cutting edge AI masking tools and new local adjustment tools that are going to give you an absolutely insane amount of control over your photo editing. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through the new DxO Photolab 9 and talk about all of the new features that we can expect. So grab a drink, maybe a snack, settle in because we've got a lot to cover.
Trapped inside the mind of a dreamer, losing sight of all the visions in my head.
Hey, I'm Jeff from Magnolia Photography SC, professional wildlife photographer in Charleston, South Carolina. If you are returning to the channel, I want to welcome you back. And of course, if you're new to the channel, I want to welcome you in. Let me begin today's video with letting you know that I am a DxO affiliate. Now, I know there are many YouTubers out there that would like to make you believe that being an affiliate prevents you from being able to provide an unbiased review. But I want to share with you very quickly what being an affiliate means to me and this channel. First of all, as an affiliate, what this means is that if you use the link that I provide in my show notes and you make a purchase of any of DxO Photolab's products, I will get a small commission. And when I say small commission, I am talking about a small cup of coffee. But in exchange for you using that link, I am able to save you 15% off on your purchase. And it costs you absolutely nothing. There's no additional fees, no additional costs. You pay the regular price. The only thing that's happening there is DxO is providing me that small commission. If you want to use the link and save yourself 15% off, great. And if you don't want to use the link, that is completely fine with me. The video today is a video I decided to make. DxO did not ask me to make this video. DxO did not direct, request, or ask for any input in the making of this video. In fact, DxO doesn't even know I'm making this video. One thing that is very important to me, just as a human, is living my life with a good set of values. What that means is that I will never, and I want to stress, I will never do a review on this channel, provide a recommendation on this channel for a product that I don't either use or I don't believe in 100%. Photolab 8 and now Photolab 9 is the software that I use exclusively for all of my professional and personal photo editing. In fact, I was using DxO Photolab 8 long before I was an affiliate. And while I'm sure there are some YouTube creators that use their affiliate relationships inappropriately, that's not how it works on this channel. But there are many YouTube creators out there that will try to convince you that having an affiliate is somehow evil. But what's interesting is many of these same creators continue to make videos on products like Adobe Lightroom and Adobe Photoshop. Interestingly enough, this is the same company that is charging their customers hidden fees, stealing their photos, and facing trouble with the US government for their unethical business practices. So why would any creator make videos supporting such a company? Because Adobe is well known, and guess what? When you make videos like that, it gets clicks. With that being said, I will let you draw your own conclusions as to what that means. Okay, rant over, but I believe in transparency and I just wanted to deliver that with you. All right, with that out of the way, let's turn our attention now to DxO Photolab 9 and all of the amazing features we can expect to see. Let's start with number 10. We are now going to be able to see our project folders, whether we are in the photo library or whether we are in the Customize tab where we do our photo editing. Now in DxO Photolab 8, you could only see your project folders while inside the photo library. Being able to also see them and access them while also in the Customize tab is going to be something that really adds a lot of value to our workflow inside of DxO. Number 9, U-point technology with feathering control. So inside of DxO, you are able to use a single point to make a selection, and then DxO is going to take that point and examine the pixels around it, allowing you to make selections very quickly and very easily. With the new feature inside called Diffusion, you are now going to have a slider that's going to give you greater control over that selection. By moving the slider to the left, you can make your selection a hard edge. By moving it out to the right, you are now going to be able to add a feathering effect to your mask. Number 8, quick access with favorites. So DxO is pretty unique, and one of the features that I've always loved is that you don't need a cataloging system. You don't need to set up a catalog on a certain drive and leave it in a certain place. And if you ever move that catalog, well, you're in trouble because you have to remap everything. Otherwise, your editing software isn't going to be able to find your photos. None of that exists with DxO. With DxO, you can put your folder of photos wherever you want it on your hard drive. And when you go into DxO, all you need to simply do is navigate to it. And it's always going to find your photos. But DxO is going to take it one step further. Instead of having to navigate through different hard drives, maybe your internal hard drive or various external hard drives you may have connected to your computer, you can now take a specific folder and make it a favorite. So every time you come into DxO, you can simply just go to your favorites and quickly access your images. Number 7, lens optimization version 2. Now, if you are not familiar with DxO, let me tell you, this is one of the features that makes their editing software stand out above the competition. This is something DxO has been known for a long time, right? And this is lens corrections. Any lens that we're using to capture photographs, every lens has its faults, its flaws, whether it's barrel distortion or pincushion effect, whatever the case may be. DxO doesn't just put in some random algorithm to try to combat these effects. DxO actually tests your equipment and then they build their corrections around that. Well, with version 2, they have rebuilt their algorithm and all of their lens correction from the ground up. And they are now going to be delivering a more detailed, better result. And let me tell you, I don't know how that's possible because the lens optimization has always been amazing. So I'm super excited to see what version 2 has to hold. Number 6, we are going to continue with Deep Prime 3 and X-Trans for Fuji cameras when it comes to noise reduction. Now, these two pieces of noise reduction are updated and they were released just a couple of months ago. I think they may have been released in May or June of 2025. But this was another step up in DxO's noise reduction software. And again, this is another feature that DxO is well known for. They are the leader in noise reduction software, no question about it. Now, the Fuji noise reduction, I believe when they came out in version 8.5, if memory serves me correct, was originally under the beta mode. But it was shortly after that, there was another update and it was released out of beta, full working noise reduction software for Fuji users. So now we are going to continue with these two pieces of amazing noise reduction software that are going to be available in DxO Photolab 9. Number 5, for you Apple iPhone lovers, there is now going to be full support for Apple ProRes, including HEIF and HEIC image file formats. So now any photos that you take on your iPhone, you will be able to upload into your computer and edit them using DxO Photolab 9. That is going to provide a lot of fun for those of you who like to take a lot of photos with your cell phone. Number 4, advanced batch renaming tools. This is going to be another feature inside DxO that is really going to help with our file management and our file organization. We are now going to be able to have a lot of flexibility and a lot of control over how we name our images inside of DxO. And again, I can't stress how important this is to your editing workflow and your organization system and your file management system. This is going to be another huge update. Number 3, image stacking in the film strip. Up until DxO Photolab 9, all of your photos showed in the film strip. But now you are going to have options to stack photos. You can either have it done by default. You can manage how stacking occurs in your film strip. You're going to have a lot of flexibility and a lot of control here. Now, personally, I've never been someone who really likes photo stacking. I like to see all my photos laid out across the film strip. That's just my preference. I know many photographers out there really enjoy photo stacking because they like to limit the number of photos in the photo strip, make it a little bit more compact. And if they need to see the photos that are in a group, well, they can just unstack them quickly to take a quick look at them. So this will obviously be something that you choose to set up based on your workflow, your work style, and what you prefer to see as you're working in your editing program. But again, it's just worth knowing that file stacking is coming to DxO Photolab 9 to provide you greater control. Okay, so we are now down to number 2, and I've saved these last 2 topics or these last 2 features for the final part of this discussion because both of these are humongous updates to DxO Photolab 9, and I wanted to save the best for last. Now, I know some of the things that we've talked about so far, right? They're not sexy in the way of photo editing, right? We all love to talk about noise reduction and, AI masking and all these different things, right? Because those are the fun, sexy parts of photo editing. But what we've been talking about today a lot, well, we're going to have that lens sharpness tool that's completely rebuilt. That is huge. And that's something that happens a little bit more behind the scenes, but that's going to provide you with a lot of detail in your images, and that's important. We've also talked about a lot of other features that are really going to help you with your workflow and your file management and your file organization. Those things are huge as well. So let's talk about the final 2 things though, because I know this is probably going to be where most people are interested. The first one that we're going to talk about here is DxO 9 is now going to have localized noise reduction and lens optimization. That is awesome. That is completely awesome. So let's understand something first when we say this, because for those of you who may not be familiar with these terms, localized, or maybe not understand what that means, I want to make sure we're clear, right? We have 2 types of edits that we can make when photo editing. We have an edit that we can make to the entire image. That is a global adjustment. And then we can use masking to basically color over a section of the photo. And that is a signal to our editing software that, hey, I just want to apply an edit to this specific part of my image. That is a local adjustment. This is what DxO is going to have in Photolab 9. We are now going to be able to apply local adjustments to our noise reduction and our lens correction. So if you have one of those stubborn photos where maybe you have some darker shadows in the background, and even after applying the Deep Prime 3 noise reduction globally, Maybe you still have a little extra noise floating around back there. Use the local adjustment to add additional noise reduction and just clean that up. This is huge. Anytime that we can apply edits locally and just affect specific parts of our image, we are getting unbelievable amounts of control over our photo editing. And that is going to be delivered to you in Photolab 9. Number one, and this is probably going to be on the top of the list for many of you out there. Now, I know many of you won't like this because I know many of you are very against this, very resistant to this, and that's fine. Not something you have to use if you don't like these features, but I know the majority of you are going to love this. And DxO Photolab 9 is now going to have AI masking. You are going to be able to select key subjects, people, animals. And when I say animals, yeah, I'm saying plural, right? It's going to be able to select multiple animals. It's going to be able to select, again, subjects, clothing, hair, faces, vehicles, backgrounds, skies, and much, much more. And it doesn't just end there. DxO also added additional masking features in there that allow you to select something with just a click, or you can even use a bounding box. So you have so much available to you when it comes to AI masking and DxO Photolab 9. This is what I was saying in the beginning of the video. It is insane how much control you are going to have over your local adjustments and your masking. Now, I know because I felt like this when I first started using DxO Photolab 8. I was a little confused by how their masking tools work, their existing masking tools. Okay, we're not talking about the new AI masking tools. We're talking about the existing masking tools. It seemed a little bit more confusing. It seemed a little bit more difficult. Now, I came from Adobe Lightroom where there was AI masking and you could just select a subject in a click of a button. So this was a new transition for me. But after I spent some time with it, and after I learned how the masking tools in DxO worked, I came to see what many other photographers told me I would see. The masking took maybe just a little bit longer, but the end result that you got from that mask was far better than anything you're going to get in Lightroom Classic. And now we're going to go even further, because now we're going to have all of these AI masking tools that we can use in conjunction with the masking tools that DxO has been using for years. It is ridiculous how much control we are now going to have over our photos. Okay, so there you have it. Those are 10 features that are coming to DxO Photolab 9. And a lot of these are really going to help with your workflow, with your work process, your file management, your file organization. And then there are many tools that are really going to help you a lot with your photo editing. This is groundbreaking. There is all sorts of new stuff coming in DxO Photolab 9. If you want to try out DxO Photolab 9, just go to dxo.com where you can download a 30-day free trial. Don't take my word for it. Go download your free trial. Check it out. I'm telling you, you are going to be impressed. It is pretty amazing. So for those of you familiar with the channel, if you go over to my website, magnoliaphotographysc.com/store, you will see that I have a course on there. It's my DxO Photolab 8 Masterclass. What I am going to be doing is providing an update to that course for anyone who has purchased it, in which I will review all of the updates for Photolab 9. I will additionally be creating a new course, a full masterclass course for DxO Photolab 9 as well. So be on the lookout for that. If you are new to Photolab, or if you're an existing user that just needs to kind of up your skills with how to use DxO Photolab, that is going to be coming in the near future. So like I said, keep your eyes out for that, and I will certainly let you know when that is available. That is it for today's show, guys. I hope you're as excited as I am for DxO Photolab 9. Can't wait to use this and all of the new amazing features. I think it's going to be absolutely mind-blowing. Thank you so much for joining me today. Truly appreciate it. Before you leave, though, you might want to think about checking out this next video.